You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, right now we have got Brooke really optimistic that she has still got a date with destiny, but she is about to be crushed. And that happens right before Nick Marone comes sweeping back into LA to make her feel hopeful and loved again. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to discuss why Brooke is so devastated by the time Nick resurfaces and how he turns things around for her in a major way. Right now, of course, Brooke is giddy with optimism about her showstopper stunt that she and Eric Forrester cooked up. Brooke is certain, very certain, that Ridge is going to dump Taylor and come back to Brooke because he's her destiny and she's his. But sometime between now and mid-June, when Nick Marone returns, Brooke's optimism fades and she feels utterly defeated, just horrible. So when she and Ridge were on the Forrester Creations runway and Brooke was wearing that wedding gown / recreated showstopper from Portofino, she said she felt it. Brooke said it was the return of the magic for her and Ridge. And her sisters, Katie and Donna, with a huge assist from Eric, have Brooke all pumped up, and that's part of why she feels so certain that Ridge can't resist her, because they're telling her this. But none of them seem to know what's in his head, because this week, Brooke looks stunned by Ridge's reaction to her appeal to get back with him. And I feel like it must be the Bold and Beautiful directors telling Thorsten Kaye to play Ridge this way, but it always seems so cruel. As Brooke's going on about destiny and getting back together, Ridge is standing there really listening, kind of smiling, like he's open to what Brooke says. And then, Ridge goes from letting Brooke paw all over him about coming home, and then Ridge just goes, nah, I'm sticking with Taylor. I mean, if you're saying something to a man who's planning to reject you, like Ridge is doing to her, he shouldn't let it get that far. That's the kind of thing where you say, I'm going to stop you right here. If he knows that he will never say yes to Brooke, then Ridge shouldn't let Brooke plead and get all worked up and hopeful. It seems to me Ridge is being needlessly cruel by not stopping Brooke before she ever, winds up and thinks, oh, he's really listening. It's going to work this time, Then again, maybe the director wants Ridge to come off as a total jerk who's feeding his ego by letting Brooke stroke him and make Ridge feel good before rejecting her. So it's just too bad for Brooke that Ridge is quite determined to prove to her and Eric, both of them, that Taylor is the woman he wants. So in a recent video I did, I mentioned Ridge is going to make a drastic move. I suspect he's going to propose to Taylor to stop Eric from doubting his commitment to her and to stop Brooke from talking about destiny. We all know Ridge can be stubborn and he takes drastic action with little thought. He's very reactionary, but I just can't imagine Brooke being at rock bottom in just a few weeks unless Ridge crushed all her dreams of their destiny, and proposing to or marrying Taylor would definitely do that. This would make sense because recent Bold and the Beautiful spoilers confirm when Nick arrives back in town, he finds Brooke at a crossroads in her life. After whatever Ridge has done, Brooke feels totally defeated. She's lost everything and she feels lost herself after what's gone on with Ridge. She doesn't know where to turn. Brooke is at a turning point. She's at rock bottom. And then bam, gorgeous Nick Marone pops back up. We have not seen Jack Wagner on B&B since that one episode 3 years ago. That was when they were honoring Katherine Kelly Lang's incredible 35 years on B&B. And wow, it's 38 years now. It's an amazing run and still going strong. And Kelly's going to have some amazing material coming up soon. Jack Wagner is already back on set filming scenes with her. So when Nick gets to LA, he finds Brooke at this low point. She's not with Ridge because he's very happily still with Taylor, and Brooke is still struggling to accept that she may have lost Ridge forever. That's according to Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for this storyline. And then Nick shows up out of the blue, and old memories and unresolved feelings come flooding back to both Brooke and Nick. And Brooke needs someone desperately to make her feel better by the time that he arrives. And of course, Nick's charm and the way he's always been so supportive of Brooke are going to give her a feeling of stability and comfort that she really needs. And with Nick in LA, he and Brooke feel that old flame start to re-spark. And Nick, of course, offers Brooke a fresh start and this new chance at happiness that can just get her mind off of Ridge and all that tangled, messy history with him and her and Taylor. Honestly, I think it's going to be really refreshing to see Brooke with somebody other than Ridge. And of course, Brooke has a long and rich history with Nick. There's lots of love there, lots of passion. Brooke and Nick did have some bumps in the road when they were together on Bold and the Beautiful a while back. Most of that was down to Ridge, who, is out of the way, ostensibly. So, Nick loved Brooke. She loved him. They had a deep connection, and it was very real. And that was why Nick appeared in a dream that Brooke was having back on March 24th, 2022. He was looking sharp in his sea captain's uniform. And in the dream, Nick was there with the other great loves of Brooke's life. And, Nick definitely made the cut. He is certainly one of the great loves of her life. Also, through all their ups and downs, Nick has always been important to her. He has influenced decisions that Brooke's made and helped shape her life and who she is as a woman. And we have to remember also how much jealousy Ridge always had when it came to Nick being part of Brooke's life. That's his half brother, and Ridge heavily interfered when Brooke was with Nick in the past. So with Brooke opening up and letting Nick back into her life, they're older, they're wiser. This could be Brooke and Nick's second or realistically third, fourth, fifth chance at happiness. And maybe Brooke will see, what? My destiny has changed course. It's led me away from Ridge back to Nick. It'd be nice if Brooke got her happily ever after, especially since Ridge insists he's committed to Taylor. So it's perfect timing for Nick to show Brooke that she doesn't have to be without love in her life just because she's without Ridge. B&B spoilers say that Brooke and Nick get a fresh start, so Nick could feel like what is in Brooke's future. But no matter what Ridge says, I don't think he's going to take it very well when he sees Brooke with Nick. I think he might feel jealousy, maybe second guess his decision to leave Brooke and get with Taylor. If so, I hope Brooke sticks with Nick and tells Ridge to kick rocks. However, we do know that Jack Wagner's not staying forever. He's not even staying that long, a few weeks. This is a guest arc, and then he's got to get back to work on his Hallmark Channel series. So I'm super excited to see Nick return and sweep Brooke off her feet and heal her heart. And maybe after Nick leaves, then Brooke will decide to move on with somebody else. I'd be happy to see her with Dollar Bill Spencer instead of going back to feed Ridge's big old ego again.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.